Hello everyone, back tuning into today's video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the month of November in the United States. In today's video, we're going to use the CFS version 2 model to see what the model is predicting in terms of the weather for the United States in November. Now, before I get on with the video, I just want to talk about the advertising. There'll usually be a video ad overlay my weather videos at gavsweathervids.com. Please play those video ads. You'll be supporting gavsweathervids.com by doing that. So let's start off with the 700 millibar height anomalies for the United States from CFS version 2. By the way, CFS version 1 has now finished, so it's off my links page. I won't be using it for any more videos. It's just down to CFS version 2 now, which of course is the CFS primary model, so I wonder if they'll actually drop the version 2 before much longer. Anyway, these are the 700 millibar height anomaly charts from the CFS version 2 model for the United States, and well, quite interesting here. We've got quite a deep trough being signalled here across the east. The east and the northeast of the nation, and we've got a ridge out to the west being predicted going down in towards northwestern parts of the state. But this is quite an interesting signal, really, because I think this trough here over the east and northeast of the United States could well bring some colder weather down in towards, or some colder temperatures down into those northern and eastern states. So let's just have a quick look at the temperature forecast for the United States. We see a cold month is being predicted. Yes, it is a cold month being predicted here for much of the east and the northeast of the nation. Well below average temperature signal here for many eastern parts of the nation. Less so for these eastern coastal states, where of course we've had that horrible storm, Hurricane Sandy, in the last few days. I hope you're all safe and well, and everything's going okay for you on that eastern coast. If you're tuning in from the east coast, I hope everything is alright and you're cleaning up okay. But the temperature signal here on this eastern coast is less cold, but still below average. But really for these central parts of the east, it is very cold, this signal here, up to 1 degree I think below average, and going up towards the northeast as well. Now the central western areas, we've actually got near normal, and actually once we get through to west, above normal temperature signal. That's probably in association with that ridge that's coming down from the Pacific. But certainly it looks like a bit of an east-west split, really, in terms of temperatures this month, with much of the east cold and average, much of the west actually seeing above average temperatures in November. Now precipitation is showing that we've got above average precipitation here being forecast for the east. Now that's not surprising, because we've got a trough sitting in the east, bringing down that colder air, so you would expect above average precipitation as well. So it could be quite a cold, snowy month here for some of these eastern states. But really from these midwestern states, west backing towards the Pacific side, a lot of dry weather, and the bulk of the nation here is actually forecast to be drier than average. Have a dry month. It's just in these southern, or rather southeastern and eastern states where we have that signal for above average, but the bulk of the nation actually looking drier than average this month. Finally, having a look at the temperature at the 700 millibar height anomaly. Sorry, I should say 700 millibar height anomaly for December. We can see that we've still got troughiness in the east and the northeast, but it's less so than in November. And actually the main core of the trough is pushing up towards Canada, so this may be signalling a slightly milder month for December in the east, with perhaps more of a zonal flow here coming across the United States from the Pacific. That troughiness is certainly further northwards up towards Canada, I think, for December, and that's associated with a big trough, of course, that's setting up here over Greenland and giving us very zonal weathering towards Europe as well, if the prediction is right for December. So December may be seized with cold lessening in the east and the northeast compared to what we see in November, with more of a zonal type patterns beginning to set up maybe. But December's a long way off. Let's worry about that when we get to it. Let's finally recap on November. And in summary, it's looking like a cold and average month for much of the east and the northeast of the United States. Near normal in the central areas, above normal on the Pacific side, and in terms of precipitation, much of the nation actually drier than average, just in the far southeast and eastern states where we've got that colder than average signal do we also have a signal for above average precipitation, but many parts of the states actually having a dry month. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.